Game week 3 is upon us. Welcome back to the EWG YouTube channel here for another preview week. We're going to go through all the games coming up this game week, all the teams, going to give you some tips on people maybe to pick up, people I think to get in your lineups to start, and we'll jump straight in with the opening game. Friday night football, Chelsea v Luton. Look at the clean sheet percentage for Chelsea, 54%. Only 8% for Luton. It's going to be a tough start to them and life in the Premier League. Obviously, they didn't have their Game Week 2 fixture because their ground's still getting redone. But they obviously had a loss in their opening game week, and I don't see it going any other way in Game Week 2. I've got Mano Gusto as a man who should be replacing Reece James with his injury out. So if he's available to pick up on your waiver wires, definitely get him in. I'm sure he'll be gone in a lot of yours, but if you have managed to get him in, 100% start for me. He should be bombing down that wing as well. 54% clean sheet. I think they will be keeping a clean sheet in this game. I'd be very surprised if Luton got a goal. I think Chelsea needs to bounce back after their last game against West Ham. The next game we're going to talk about is Bournemouth v Spurs. 70% clean sheet for Bournemouth and 29% for Spurs. Now, I'm going to go contrary against this. I think Bournemouth at home should be okay this season. And I've gone for this man that I talked about in the waiver wire pickup episode, Semenyo. I think he may be able to get on the score sheet or at least assist against Spurs. Opening game, he got an assist and got the goal for Bournemouth against Liverpool, showing that he can do it against these top teams. And at home, he should get the full 90 now that he's back fit. Obviously missed out on pre-season, so only played 17 and 25 minutes. But I think he should get close enough to the full 90, and he'll be available on a lot of your waiver wire pickups. I think Spurs have been unbelievable. They had an absolutely outstanding 2-0 win against Manchester United, and we can see that they're very attacking. But the thing is that they leave opportunities for the other opposition in behind them. So I think he can get in behind them and get maybe a goal or an assist. Next game, Arsenal v Fulham. Arsenal 51% chance of a clean sheet. Now, I've got this man, Kai Havertz, as someone that I think should get into the points. He's obviously been at Arsenal for a while now. He was able to bed in pre-season. He's had a couple games there, and he's starting to show what he's all about in that number 8 position. I think he can make a late run into the box against Fulham, potentially get an assist or a goal there. 51% clean sheet. I'd be pretty happy starting my Arsenal defenders in this game, I can't lie. Fulham have been pretty toothless without Alexander Mitrovic this season so far. They managed to hit the post a couple times and have opportunities against Brentford, but no one there to put it in the back of the net. So I would be pretty happy starting all your Arsenal players. As for Fulham, Raul Jimenez is someone that you should get in now that Alexander Mitrovic has gone, but it should be warned. Obviously, they've got Arsenal this week, City away next week, and it looks like they're looking for a number 9 to come in to replace Mitrovic and also replace Raul Jimenez as the starting 9, as I don't think it was planned for him to be the starting 9 all season. The next team to talk about, Brentford v Palace. Brentford 38% clean sheet. That is big. And 24%. I've gone for this man, Nathan Collins, who I talked about again in the waiver wire pickup video. I think he'll be an absolute stalwart at the back for Brentford. Started both games. I think it's an incredible signing for them. Brentford at home, you know how big I've been previously, and I still am on their defensive record at home. It is incredible. So if there's any of them about, Nathan Collins is the one I'd go for. Obviously, Rico Henry, if you want a full-back option, here's the attacking left-back. But I think with Palace this season, they've played very well and it looked very good. But I think Brentford should keep it tight, keep it close at the new stadium. And I think Brentford will keep a clean sheet in this game. Going forward, Wiss has been amazing, and Mbuemo as well has to be talked about, has been incredible so far this season. The man for Crystal Palace, if you want anybody there, would be Eze. I'm personally actually looking at getting Jordan Ayew in, as he was getting in at that back post quite a lot in their previous fixture. So maybe look at getting them in as well. And 24% clean sheet percentage. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a 0-0 in this one, because they played very, very well against Arsenal. And Tyreek Mitchell, someone I suggested also as a pickup for this game week, as Crystal Palace have some favourable fixtures coming up in the future. The next game, Everton versus Wolves. 33% and 29%. Now, I think this is nothing to do with how good defensively these two teams are. I think it's everything to do with how bad these teams are attacking, which is why the prediction has come out with this much. But I have put down Cunha the striker for Wolves. He is not playing as their out-and-out striker, but he has been definitely their most dangerous threat. Picking up the ball, carrying it from deep, laying it off, assist, goal. He could have got an assist last week if Fabio Silva managed to find the back of the net. Everton in a whole world of trouble. It looks like Iwobi may be injured. DCL's out injured. So we're looking at Neil Maupay if you want a striking option for Everton, but I wouldn't be too excited about getting him in, as he is notorious for missing sitters. But nonetheless, in this game, it could be another clean sheet, could be another 0-0, but I'm backing Mateus Cunha, another person that should be added to the list for Wolves. Pedro Neto, I thought, had a very good game. He had a lot of chances, didn't put any away, but obviously he's had a lot of injury issues over the last few years, so I think give him a bit of time, he can be back banging in the goals that he was. I think it was 2, maybe 3 years ago. He was an absolute asset to have in fantasy. The next game, Manchester United v Nottingham Forest. Manchester United, 48% chance of a clean sheet. Nottingham Forest, only 9%. And I've gone for Taiwo Awoniyi. You'd think 48%. Manchester United at home, keeping a clean sheet. But Awoniyi, I think, has started the season brightly. I predicted that he'd be very good this season, and he has delivered on that so far. And I don't think it's going to stop. Manchester United had a very, very poor game against Spurs, losing 2-0. Now, they really need to bounce back, and this is a great fixture for them to bounce back. I think they'll win, but I do think they will also concede in this game, as it was highlighted, if any of you have not seen, by Jamie Carragher at that woeful midfield that they've got going on at the moment. I think that is going to be too much. Morgan Gibbs-White could capitalise upon that, and Awoniyi getting a goal at the end. Also, I'm not convinced about them on set pieces so far, Manchester United defensively, and Awoniyi is someone that likes to get on the end of them. The next game, Brighton v West Ham. Brighton, what an unbelievable start to the Premier League they have had. And this man, Webster, is back and should be starting in the back line. He started in the back line last week. I think they'll get a clean sheet against West Ham, even though I think West Ham are going to have a very good season. I think they've started very well. Mikel Antonio, it should be noted, looks like the number 9 for them. I think it could be a very good pickup. It's just I'm hesitant if I should go in for a trade at the moment, actually, in my own league, purely because injuries going forward. He's very injury prone. But I think Brighton may be able to. They've obviously conceded 1 goal in both of the games so far. I think they've had 2 4-1s. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was the same, but I'm banking them maybe not as aggressive this game. Maybe just a 3-0 for the Brighton on this one. But yeah, another note, Lucas Paqueta has been amazing for West Ham. Brighton, we know all about Brighton. I mean, if you look at any of the midfielders, Matoma, Gross, Solly March is, I think, top scorer in midfielders right now. It's been unbelievable. And Ciso looks like he's picked up a little bit of an injury, but shouldn't be anything too bad long term if you want to look to get him in. He may even get some minutes against West Ham. The next game going on is Burnley v Aston Villa. Burnley have had a troubles start to life back in the Premier League, but Aston Villa have also, they've bounced back, which I predicted that they would after their opening game against Newcastle, after losing 5-1. Leon Bailey had an unbelievable performance. Aston Villa, it should be noted, played on Wednesday, which was yesterday when this video comes out, and they won 5-0. Ollie Watkins hat-trick, Leon Bailey got on the score sheet as well, and Douglas Luiz scored another penalty. So I wouldn't be surprised. Leon Bailey should be available in a lot of leagues. Definitely pick him up, because he looks like he's going to be in with goals and assists while Emi Buendia is out injured, and may even keep Buendia out of the team. John McGinn on the left-hand side had also a very good game on the weekend and again in midweek. Burnley, still, we need to see how they're going to do. Vincent Kompany, I would hold off on Burnley assets at the moment, and I wouldn't dive straight in. Will be interesting to see in this, because I think Aston Villa are a very top team. So it'll be interesting to see how Burnley do in this game at Turf Moor. The next game, Sheffield United v Manchester City. Manchester City with the highest clean sheet percentage of 61%. Sheffield United only 8%. Manchester City have started this season with back-to-back clean sheets, and I don't see that ending here. Phil Foden has taken up the Kevin De Bruyne role and absolutely thrived, creating the most chances of game week 2. And I think he's going to carry on with this vein of form. I think it was unbelievable in the last game, which doesn't come as a shock. He is an exceptional talent, and I would expect the same to carry on. The question is do we trade for Phil Foden? I think not just yet. We'll wait and see. Bernardo Silva was out with illness. He may also come in and play a big part of taking away minutes from Phil Foden going forward. Yes, I think Phil Foden will start this game and probably play the 90, but in 3-4 games' time, will he still be there starting? Will he still be there playing the full games? Or Bernardo Silva, who Pep loves, will he be more reliant and has just signed a new 1-year contract extension at Manchester City? For Sheffield United, there's no one really I'd go near at the moment. Maybe the goalkeeper just because of the shots saved. I wouldn't for this game. Wouldn't start any of them. But going forward could be someone to look at. Now, Newcastle United v Liverpool. This is going to be a very interesting game. I think we've got the new midfield, obviously, at Newcastle United and the new midfield at Liverpool. And both of them look very, very solid now that Liverpool have got Endo in. McAllister's red card, it should be noted, has been rescinded. And I've gone for Tonali. I think Tonali, a late run into the box, could be very dangerous against Liverpool. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a tough one. I think it could be actually, weirdly, for these two very attacking teams, could be very open at the start and then get very cagey for most of the game. And then you'll see a flurry more towards the end. So who knows what's going to happen in this. Hopefully, if you've got, any of these players in, maybe not the defenders, but any of the midfielders, any of the forwards, Isak, Salas, Luis Diaz, what an incredible start to the season he's had. Gakpo, even people such as Darwin, etc. I wouldn't be surprised if you see any of them on the score sheet. It could be a 2-2 this one. So, not defenders, but midfielders and attackers for sure get in. Now that's it for Game Week 3, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. We're almost on 100 subscribers, so if you want to carry on watching these videos, we've obviously got the waiver wire pickup videos. We've got these preview videos as well. Give us a subscribe. Comment down below if there's anything else you would like to see. Thanks, guys, and win your game weeks.